What do you need to be successful? You need good habits. And that's what we're going to talk about on this episode of College on Fleek. How to create good habits so you can stay motivated. Hi, I'm Mary Dittman. I'm an award-winning business professor on the collegiate level and the creator of One-Derful Life and College on Fleek. One of the things that I see my students struggling with is procrastination. And many times they're procrastinating because they just don't have the habits or the structure to help them stay motivated and actually get things done. So in this episode of College on Fleek, I'm going to show you how to start creating good habits so that you can get things done. But first, let's take a motivation minute. One thing that will help you stay motivated is if you have an accountability partner. This is where you get a friend, and it could even be your roommate or a sibling, preferably not one of your parents, but someone that is your equal, your peer. Ideally, if they have something that they want to work on, that would be great too. And what you do is you support each other on getting things done by a certain time. One of my girlfriends and I were accountability partners for a while, and we would actually meet in person once a week, and we would go over our goals and our action items, and every week we would check back in and say, how did you do with this, or what's going on with this? Now, maybe meeting once a week isn't something that works for you, but guess what? You guys are even better with technology than the rest of us. And so you could FaceTime, you could use Snapchat, you could use Instagram, you can direct message, you can text. You don't have to have an in-person conversation, but you get someone else to help you be accountable. And this can also help you stay motivated. Let's say you have the goal of cleaning out your closet and your accountability partner says, well, I really need to wash and detail my car. So you might come up with a time, okay, 2 p.m. on Saturday, just for maybe 1 hour. You're gonna clean out your closet, they're gonna work on their car. And so you guys both start at 2 p.m. and maybe every now and then you're texting each other, hey, what's going on? What are you doing? Or sending pictures or something. And it's fun, and then maybe you could go out and do something later on that would be even more enjoyable. So get an accountability partner. In every episode, we like to give you a study hack or a success hack. Now today, I have a study hack for you. One thing that really helps students more than anything else when it comes to studying is using flashcards. Okay, I know. People say, flashcards, that's dumb. Flashcards don't work for me. And I was teasing with one of my students this last week about flashcards, and I said, don't tell me that they don't work for you, and then the last time you used them was the 7th grade. And he started laughing and he said, yeah, actually that is the last time I used them. But if you haven't used flashcards like this semester, then you need to give them a shot. Now, how you make your flashcard is important, and this is where I want you to go to collegeonfleek.com and get the Study Smart Toolkit. It's free. And in that toolkit, I show you step by step how to make effective flashcards that are going to work for you. Some students say, well, I do electronic flashcards on my phone. I'm not a fan of electronic flashcards. The reason is you're going to learn the information more when you write it on the flashcard. Also, you can take your flashcards and you can throw them in your bag. Even when you're in a class where you're not allowed to have your phone out, you can have flashcards out. No teacher's going to yell at you for having flashcards. If you're at a red light and you're looking at your flashcards, you are not going to get ticketed for index cards, where you might get ticketed for having your phone in your hand. Now, that being said, you have to do what works for you. If you're getting A's and B's and you're using electronic flashcards, okay, good for you. But I'm telling you, flashcards are a game changer. And if you go to collegeonfleek.com, get that Study Smart Toolkit, I show you how to exactly make flashcards that will help. And the Study Smart Toolkit is the 3-step system I created for myself. I had terrible test anxiety in school. And when I started teaching, I found that a lot of my students also struggle with exams. And I have literally seen my students go from F's to A's. Now, I can't guarantee that for you. I can just tell you what I've seen with my own eyes. In fact, last week, I have a student in one of my classes. He failed the class last semester. He's retaking it. And he got a 93 on the test. And I said, "What are you doing?" And he said, "The Study Smart Toolkit." And then he leaned over and he said, "And you know what? I used it in a different class and it worked. I got an A in there too." So there you go. There's a testimonial for you. collegeonfleek.com, get the Study Smart Toolkit. It's free. All right, let's get into our content today. It's so hard to stay motivated for all of us. I mean, especially sometimes you're tired or the weather isn't great or you just have a lot going on. And I get it. And plus, virtually nobody is motivated to do schoolwork. Why? It's not fun. Listen, I'm not under the illusion, even though I'm a professor, that you should really enjoy studying. I mean, that's ridiculous. And so it's natural to procrastinate. I see a lot of my students get stuck and start procrastinating mostly because they just don't have the right habits. They may not even have a bad habit, but they don't have good habits. And good habits are really important for helping you stay motivated and get things done. And in fact, to be honest with you, we could just take the motivation part out of it, because if you have good habits, you're going to get things done whether or not you feel motivated. So let's talk about habits. Now, I'm going to keep this very real world, okay? I like to know what to do, but to me, I want to know how to do something. And that's what we're going to talk about today, is how to create these habits. The first thing is just work on one thing in your life. One of the reasons that people fail, like in their New Year's resolutions, you'll hear people say, "I'm going to get healthy this year." And they'll say, "I'm going to go to the gym 5 days a week. I'm not eating sugar. I'm not drinking soda. I'm only going to drink water. I'm going to only eat organic food. I'm not going to eat fast food ever." And, like they kind of go on this, "I'm going to start meditating. I'm going to do yoga," the whole thing. And that's great, but it's so overwhelming. And many times those are a lot of changes to try to make. And then because you really can't make that many changes all at one time, you start to feel discouraged, or you feel like, "Oh, I didn't work out this one day and now I've blown it, and so I might as well just eat a pizza." A better way to handle that, for example, let me just stick with this example for one more minute. Rather than saying, "I'm going to go to the gym and I'm never going to drink soda and no more fast food and no sugar and no candy and no chocolate," it would be better to say, "I'm going to start drinking more water." Okay, don't even worry about, "I'm never drinking sodas," because when you start doing stuff like that, you're setting yourself up for failure. But what you might even say is, "Hey, I'm just going to drink 1 bottle of water today." If you normally drink 1 bottle of water, you say, "I'm going to drink 2 bottles of water today." Or, "I'm going to drink a bottle of water before I have a soda." If you don't ever go to the gym, you might say, "Forget it with the water, and let me just focus on creating the habit of going to the gym, either before class or after work or whatever. And don't worry about anything else except just going to the gym. That's it." Sometimes we're trying to just make this whole big change right at once, and we can't do it. It's too much. So set yourself up for success by just focusing on one habit that you want to create. And listen, these habits could be anywhere. It could be in your personal life. Maybe you tend to let your laundry pile up, and then it's been 3 weeks and you don't have any clean underwear. Maybe you tend to kind of trash your room and everything is always a big mess. Or maybe you throw trash in your car. Or maybe you never clean up the kitchen or the bathroom. It could be school related. Perhaps you need to develop some study habits that would help you. It could be in the area of your health. Maybe you do need to create a habit of going to the gym or drinking more water. But just choose one thing. Once you've chosen that one thing, you're going to want to create a system. Okay, now that just sounds like a lot of work, right? "Oh, create a system, what does that mean?" Well, creating a system is really creating the structure for the habit, and you already have this now anyway. You don't usually think about brushing your teeth, you just do it. When you get into the shower, you probably have a habit in the shower and you don't really think about it. Like, you get in, you wash your hair, you put conditioner on. You know, ladies, you might shave your legs. Guys, maybe you shave your face. You don't really think about it. You just kind of are on automatic and you do your shower routine. Same thing, maybe getting ready for bed at night. You always have certain habits, and in fact, you're not even really aware of them. It could be something with your laundry or how you do your dishes. Now, there's no one right or wrong way to create a system, and you might have to experiment a little bit and see what's going to work for you. I'm going to give you some examples of systems that I've created, and I'm not suggesting that everyone should do this. I'm not saying that this is going to be right for you. I just want to give you some examples of what I've done, and then maybe it'll trigger something that either you try what I've done or you maybe modify it, or it might give you an idea for something else. So here are some habits that I have created. I wanted to start washing my makeup brushes. Ladies, if you're like most of us, you probably don't wash your makeup brushes ever. And I knew I wanted to be better about it because I know that when you don't wash your makeup brushes, they can get like bacteria in them, and then you're putting the bacteria on your makeup and then putting it on your face. And I wanted to create a habit of washing my makeup brushes. What I started to do was every Friday, I do all of my chores. And so what I started doing is every Friday, I wash my makeup brushes. Now that's a habit, and it takes less than 10 minutes. And I mean, I'm washing several makeup brushes. I wear a lot of makeup, but every Friday I wash my brushes. Now, I don't know if this is because of me having clean brushes, but I have noticed my face, I get breakouts way less than I used to. Maybe it's a coincidence. But now I don't even think of it. I just say, oh, it's Friday, I guess I'm washing my makeup brushes. I have a whole list of chores that I do on Friday. Now, I do all of my chores in one day during the week because I don't want to every day be thinking, oh, today I need to do laundry and tomorrow I have to wash the towels. So I take Friday. Usually Friday works for me because I'm tired. It's the end of the week and I don't want to have to like write a blog or film something just because I'm tired. I want something that doesn't take brain power. Chores. So I will do all of my laundry, I'll wash my sheets, I'll wash my towels, I clean my makeup brushes, I clean my yoga mat, I water the plants, I gas up my car every Friday, and that way I always, oh, it's Friday, I must be doing laundry. Oh, it's Friday, I'm gonna gas up the car. Oh, it's Friday, the makeup brushes are getting washed. Now I don't even think about it. I know what I'm doing on Friday. Another system I've created is I am the director of the internship program at the School of Business at Francis Marion University. And every week, my interns are turning in reports to me. Well, this is not a class that physically meets. It's a true online class. So the only interaction I have with the students is really online, unless they want to stop by and see me in my office. And sometimes I'll get really far behind in my grading because I don't have a weekly meeting with them to act as a trigger. In my classrooms, I always know, okay, I'm going to be seeing these students 3 times a week. So if I need to grade homework or grade exams, I better get them graded because I need to have them ready the next time I see the class. I don't have that with the internships. And so what I do is every Monday, I grade internship reports, whether I have one that's been turned in or I have 10. But on Mondays, I grade internship reports. Another system I have or habit is I work out in the morning before I go to school. And the reason for that is I'm just the kind of person, I have better energy in the morning. And if I wait until the afternoon, number 1, I'm tired. Number 2, I will make excuses. And number 3, a lot of times I don't want to have to like shower and redo my makeup. So it's just better for me to go ahead and work out in the morning. That way it's done, no excuses. But that means I usually have to get up a little bit earlier in order to complete my workout. But that's just a habit I have now. I work out every morning before I go to work, period. And like I said, you don't have to do the things that I do. I'm just trying to give you examples of things that I do that maybe would work for you. Now, the third thing is really the most important, and that is do not give your feelings a vote. I don't ask myself, do I feel like working out? The only time I do that is if I am sick. And normally what I do is, like, if I'm sick with symptoms from the neck down, I'll say, okay, I'm not gonna work out. If I have a cold or sinus problems, I might check in and say, what's my level of exhaustion right now because I'm sick with a head cold? Maybe it might feel good to move a little bit, or do I really feel like that's not a good idea for me? But I also keep it real with myself and don't just say like, well, I just don't want to work out. So don't ask your feelings to get involved. I don't ask myself, do I feel like washing my makeup brushes? Do I feel like doing my laundry? I don't ask that question. I just do it. It's Friday, I get it done. I don't ask myself, do I feel like grading internship reports on Monday? You know why I don't ask myself these questions? Because the answer is always going to be no. So that's the point of a system. The point of a system is so that you don't have to say, do I feel like it? You know, like you shower and you brush your teeth. You don't have to say, do I feel like brushing my teeth today? You better not be saying that. And so when you get that system going and that habit in place, you just do it over and over again, you won't care how you feel. You'll just get it done. So again, the place to start with this is just choose one thing, like one problem in your life you want to solve, just one habit that you want to create. Just start there. Now, College on Fleek is a dialogue, not a monologue, and we want to hear from you. I want to know, what's a motivation hack that has worked for you? Put that in the comments. Tell us, what is a motivation hack that's worked for you that you could share with us? You can always reach us here, or you can find us at collegeonfleek.com. And make sure you tune in next week for College on Fleek.